I'm up here in Beaver Creek for the Wine and Spirits Festival with Mikey Giugni with Scar of the Sea Wine.
Yeah,
So nice to have you.
nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
So I was so fascinated by this name. Can you tell me a little bit of your background and then where that name came from?
Yeah, so Scar of the Sea started in 2012, and the name came from a time when I was making wine in Tasmania in 2010 and was doing a vintage and kind of just traveling and surfing around the island after the vintage, and I stumbled upon a little red brick church, and there was a stained glass window that said Scar of the Sea in Old English, and I just at the time thought, oh, what the coolest church name ever. And I took a picture of it, and then years later when I was coming up with the winery name, me and my brother were doing just some design work, and he looked at the picture and was like, dude, that says Star of the Sea. And so it turns out I can't read Old English, and that's where the name was born.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. So, how did you end up getting into the wine industry in itself? Was it something your family did or something that you had always had just a natural curiosity of?
No, I fell into it kind of by accident. I have a degree in engineering, and I was working for Vandenberg Air Force Base, and I was stuck in a cubicle and had like an early 20s life crisis and realized I didn't want to be doing cubicle work as an engineer, and so I quit and I got a job in a tasting room, and I then found a vineyard to help farm, and then kind of just started making a snowball that started to roll down a mountain and just chasing it ever since, and I still am. It's just not a business with a business plan. It's more of like doing something we're passionate about and continuing to push forward.
I love that. I mean, what a fun path that took for you. And tell me a little bit about your focus for Scar of the Sea wine and how you're different from some of the other wines.
Yeah. Well, our focus is Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. We also make a little bit of sparkling Chardonnay and some cider. I'd say that we try and we make wines from great vineyards with farmers that we trust, farmers that are either farming organic or practicing organic. We make wines that taste of California, but we follow methods kind of the old world. So looking towards France as inspiration, but making wines that resemble where we live on the coast.
I love that. Taking something really traditional and making it a little bit more contemporary.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are you most excited for tonight with the grand tasting? Are you excited to see the reaction of people when they have your wine? Are you excited to taste other wines? What gets you the most excited about a night like tonight?
A little bit of both. My wife makes wine. Her brand's called Lady of the Sunshine, and it's her first time pouring at a grand tasting, so I'm really excited to see people taste her wines and her reaction. But I also just love cruising around and tasting a bunch of other people's wines and meeting people up here. Everyone's really nice, and we love coming to this event because we got to go fishing yesterday, and we'll go hiking today, and we'll taste wines with a bunch of fun people today, so it'll be cool.
Much better than a cubicle.
Yeah, a lot better than a cubicle.
That's great. So there are still tickets available for the grand tasting tonight. You definitely want to get your tickets because it will sell out. And again, the nice thing is you get to taste a lot of wines that are a little bit more contemporary, taking those traditional aspects and each winery sort of adding their own flair to that. So stay with us. We're going to have a local check of your weather next.